In this video, we'll discuss about the radian measure. Okay, so it's a very important part. We are going to understand about what is radian, how do we get radian, okay, all these things. Now, to understand about radian, we start to understand about a circle. Okay. Now, if you remember in the last video, we discussed that 1 degree is based out of a right angle, correct? 1 radian is based out of a circle. Now, what we mean by a circle, a very important part here. Okay, let's assume that we have a circle. Okay, so we are going to have one small circle. Now, from the center, say this is O, say this is A. OA is the radius, correct? So, say OA is the radius of the circle. From the radius, whatever you have, so from O to A is a point on the circumference. Whatever that length of the radius you have, whatever it might be. Okay, say here we generally take the radius to be r, correct? Whatever that length you have, from point A on the circumference of the circle, mark the same length. In the sense, say assume that the radius is say 5 centimeter. On the circumference also you mark 5 centimeter. That means here, say from O to this point, somewhere over here, say this point, B. Now say AB is also equal to R. Alright. Then what you do, you join O to B. Okay, O to B. Now OB will also be the radius, isn't it? Point from the center to the circum, the distance is always radius. So if you look at that particular sector, OAB, see OAB sector, what do you get here? If you take it, this is one more, and this is one more. O, A, this is B. Now what do we have? R, R, R. All three are radii, isn't it? This makes an angle theta. See, this theta is equal to 1 radian. In the sense, radian is that angle subtended at the center of the circle where the arc length is equal to the length of the radius. Now, think about it. Whatever might be the radius, let it be 1 millimeter or 1 kilometer, the angle is going to be the same, isn't it? If you take 1 millimeter radius, arc length will also be 1 millimeter. If you take 1 kilometer radius, even the arc length will also be 1 kilo. Doesn't matter whatever it is. The radian is always the same. Correct? This is why radian is what we call as the standard measurement of an angle. Okay, or in from physics terms, SI unit is going to be radian measure, not degree. Clear? So this is the definition of a radian. Again, let me repeat the definition. Radian is that angle, or 1 radian is that angle subtended at the center of a circle whose arc length is equal to the length of the radius of the circle. Now, this is how we define 1 radian. Okay, now that you understand what is a radian, the next part what we are going to understand is that is there a relation between radian measure and real numbers? Because I'm writing 1 radian, correct? What if I have 1.1 radian, 1.5 radian? Is it possible? We'll look into that. Now, what we have is, again, consider a circle. Okay, so assume that we have a circle. A center is O. Now what we'll do, assume that you have a line. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll draw a tangent. See, for a tangent, it has to be 90-degree line, and we'll go somewhere over here. When you do it, it's much more easier, that's all. Okay, now let's say that we are going to write a line something like this. Okay, or maybe we'll extend the line a little bit, maybe till here, and this one also maybe till here. We'll extend the line, something like this. Say this is A, say this is P, say this is B. Okay. Now what I'm trying to do here is P is the 0 of the number line. That means AB is a number line. Okay, so here we are going to have 1, here we'll have 2, here we'll have 3, so on and so forth. And here we will have -1, -2, -3, so on and so forth. Alright. Now join OP. See, like this will join OP. That means here when you join OP, now imagine something like this. Imagine, have you seen those scale? That plastic scale kind of thing. Now imagine that you have a bangle. Okay. Now take that scale, that plastic scale kind of thing, not the regular one. That one what you can bend, those kind of scales. Take a bangle, touch the scale like a tangent. Okay, and then you bend the scale. That means what we are trying to do here is that this straight line part, we are going to bend it like this, which is going to come on the circumference of the circle. Okay, on the circumference of the circle. So now, don't you think that number line is set of real numbers? And the angle what it subtends on the circumference, that I can measure in terms of radian. That means real numbers and radian measure, both are one and the same. There is no difference whatsoever. So what we can say, set of real numbers is the same as a radian measure. Both are one and the same. Since radian and the real number set are one and the same, this is another reason why we use radian measure as set standard measurement of angle. Okay, that means you can also say -3 radian. That's also true. That will also exist. You can also write 5 pi by 9 radian. This will also exist because 5 pi by 9 is a real number. That means any number you give, we can have a radian measure according to it. Whatever might be the case. Whatever might be the case. Alright. Now, so much we are talking about radian, and we also just confirm that radian measure and real number set both are one and the same. The next part is, what is 1 radian? In the sense, in terms of degree, how do we get it? Because degree is the easier way for us to even imagine, isn't it? When I say 90-degree, every one of us will imagine one perpendicular line. It's very easy for us to understand in terms of degree. So how do we define a radian in terms of degree? We'll look into that now, the conversion part and everything. To convert the degree to radian or radian to degree, so what we have is we have a very simple conversion. Okay, that is, when we have 2 pi radian, this is equal to 360 degree, or pi radian is equal to 180 degree. Okay, or 1 radian is equal to, so you are going to have 180 divided by pi degree. But most of the times, we are going to use this pi radian is equal to 180 degree. Most of the cases. And you can take pi as 22/7, that's okay. Now that conversion of 22/7 is used in this one. So okay, here you can take pi as 22/7. So if you take pi as 22/7, then 1 radian is approximately around 57 degree, and couple of minutes also you will get. Okay, few minutes. Anyway, that is not much of an important, to be honest with you. Conversions are more important. So pi radian is 180 degree, or 1 radian is equal to 180 divided by pi degree. The other way around is also possible. That means other way around is what? Here 180 degree is equal to pi radian. So 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. Now this is again another conversion from degree to radian measure. Degree to radian, radian to degree. Clear? So these are the two conversions, extremely important whatever we have. Pi radian is 180 degree, and then 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. All right, so whatever the conversion we have, it's better if we once we start problems, it's easier if you apply these values. Okay, so remember, radian, whenever we talk about radian, we get it through the circle. That's one point. Second point is, any radian, if you consider, or any radian measure, that is the same as a real number list. This is the second point. And third point is the conversion. See, I'm just summarizing what you can take away from this particular video. Okay, the third point is the conversion, which is right here. 1 radian is 180 by pi degree, and 1 degree is pi by 180 radian. Clear? So these are certain points. Remember, radian can also be positive, negative. Okay, it's not that radian has to be only positive, nothing like that. Radian can be both positive, negative, whatever it is. Clear? So with these values, whatever we have, next what we'll do is, we'll look into two important formulas. Okay, in the next video, we'll derive two important formulas and we'll look into the problems part after that. All right?